All right, music fans, welcome. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. All right, one of my favorite albums for the year 2022. This is Killer King's Burn for Love. This is old school, straightforward melodic rock, big hooks, great guitar solos, combination of Whitesnake, Queen with a lot of the guitar work, and Journey. Just a fantastic band, Killer Kings. Check it out, courtesy of our friends over at Frontiers Music. And again, if you're a fan of Queen or Whitesnake or Journey, you're going to really enjoy Killer Kings. All right. Speaking of Journey, oh man. So I put this video out a couple of weeks ago where I was really kind of keeping it close to the vest. I wasn't putting out a lot of details. I just said, another scandal, another problem in the world of Journey. And it took 2 weeks, but it finally came out, I believe, over the weekend. There's one publication called Page Six. I don't know. It's kind of like TMZ sort of stuff. And I guess this fits that sort of publication. But they did put the story out. And yes, I've known about this for a little while. They have learned that 2 members of the famous rock band Journey are in a very un-rock and roll legal war over financial records and an American Express card. Don't leave home without it, right? Original band member Neal Schon is suing Jonathan Cain. All right, so that's your headline. Original band member Neal Schon is suing bandmate Jonathan Cain, claiming in court papers that he, Jonathan Cain, set up the American Express card without telling Neal Schon, and that millions of Journey funds have flowed through it. Wow, millions. You know, makes me want that American Express card. I could probably live comfortably for the rest of my life. Just, hey, can I use this card for a couple of days? John, Neal, what do you, well, not Neal. John, can I use the card? Neal's going to say no. John might, just give me the card, which would be cool. Sean's attorneys also claim in the lawsuit, which was filed in Contra Costa in the Bay Area of California, that Cain hasn't turned over financial records that allow Neal Schon to know how much the band owes him. So interesting. Neal Schon here is basically saying, look, you guys owe me money and you're not telling me how much money you owe me. So this is going to get nasty, I think. And I think it already is nasty. And from what I knew a couple of weeks ago, I did a couple of face palms and I said, this could be the end. Because if they lose Cain, if they can't resolve this and go back out there, they have a huge tour booked with Toto. And they just set up this new company together, 50-50 share. And the article talks about that. I don't know how you get out of that unless you go into court again and say breach of contract or something. And by the way, like I said, there's more that's not being said here about at least one other person, maybe 2 other people that might be involved with this in a way which most people are going to find really inappropriate. That's what I know. All right. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to mention any names. I know that people have been harassed if they mention a certain name, and it gets uncomfortable. I mean, again, I have a family. I enjoy my life. I enjoy what I do, but it's not worth me putting this information out there myself. I would rather have reporting like this to verify what I've said in the past, and then I will do the story and then give you a couple more little tidbits or possibilities. And I think my track record is pretty good. And this goes back to 2017. This is 2017, 2018, all over again. So the article continues, and this is just, reporting some of the other stuff that's happening, or that has already happened. Relationships in the band have been increasingly fractious in recent years, with the members bickering over everything from Donald Trump to an Aretha Franklin tribute, which Neal wanted complete credit for. And I think he got credit for it, not sure. Apparently, after a previous court showdown with former bass player Ross Valerie, Cain and Schon set up a company that operates the band, which is true, and they both have a 50% stake or share in. As a member and manager and founder and leader of Journey, wow, that's quite an introduction. Neal Schon, as a member and manager and founder and leader of Journey, the papers say Schon has the right to access and control Nemota's books and records. Nemota is the name of this new company. Schon must have unfettered access to the records so he can oversee and manage the business. But the Journey singer, Journey guitarist here, let's just be specific, claims that despite many requests for Cain to turn over key records, Cain has kept him in the dark. So, wow. Yeah, that part is interesting because a little detail I wasn't really privy to, but it says that he's made several requests, or many, the word many here, for Cain to turn over key records, and Cain has kept him in the dark. The papers also claim the suit is brought to turn the lights on. Remember when Neal Schon said that he was going to peel back the onion? Peeling back the onion, man. Just getting started. Got my peeler right here. Going to peel back the onion. Okay, well, here we go. This is peeling back the onion. We've got the issue still out there with Steve Perry and the trademarks. Now we've got the issue with Jonathan Cain and the American Express card and the millions of dollars that have flowed through the card. So yeah, it says here, the suit is brought to turn the lights on and obtain critical financial information Schon has allegedly been trying to obtain, but has been denied. Be interesting to see the denials, like, you know, it might add a little more credibility to this, but there's a credit card and Neal doesn't know what's going on. Nemota's records also contain financial information necessary for Schon and his representatives to determine the proportion of Journey's profits that he's entitled to as the founder and president of Journey. The suit states, wow. Shon's right to Journey's profits is being controlled by Cain, Shon's bandmate, who Schon brought into the band in the 1980s. And despite all of his requests and efforts, Schon has been unable to get full access. The suit continues. Among other things, the American Express account of Nemota has been set up such that only Cain has control of the account and access to its records. On information and belief, millions in Journey funds have flowed through this American Express account. And we don't know how much money Neal Schon has allegedly lost. That's kind of what this is about. He thinks that he's not getting his fair share. He also wants control of the American Express card account. So again, the soap opera, the endless publicity, it's bad news. It's weird because Jonathan Cain doesn't say anything. He doesn't go on Twitter. He doesn't issue a statement. He doesn't talk about it. I think maybe if I'm, say, a reporter from Rolling Stone, I'm calling Jonathan Cain. I'm saying, hey, you want to do an interview? Get your side of the story here. Neal Schon, between the, the Escape logo being used for what the Cruise to the Edge tour and the trademark stuff with Steve Perry, and now this, I I don't know if people are going to lose interest in Journey, but the legacy of this band is really kind of hanging by a thread a little bit. I mean, you want harmony. We thought, after Schon and Cain got together to kind of say, hey, Ross and Steve, you guys are out. Thanks for the memories. But what's weird is if you go back to 2017, Jonathan Cain was very friendly with Ross Valerie. I'm not sure about his relationship with Steve Smith. And then bring Steve Perry into the mix. And it kind of does look like those guys were trying to wrestle control of everything from Neal Schon. And this is right after the whole Journey Through Time, the project that was announced and the concert. And that was a really great version of Journey, if you want to look at it that way. It was just a great concert, and Dean singing and Greg Raleigh being back. That was something really special. And I don't know if those guys felt threatened by it, like Neal Schon was going to take this and go somewhere else with it. It looked that way for a little while. It looked like Neal was kind of bored with everything and wanted to kind of reinvigorate the music and the brand. And that was exciting. But then, it got shut down. And I think one of the reasons it got shut down was because of all of this stuff. Hey, you can't just go out there and do this stuff, and we're going to kind of bring you back in, or we're going to try to get it out from underneath you. And there are all kinds of rumors about what they wanted to do as far as what direction they wanted to go with Journey. And that might be a topic for another video, more speculation. I haven't been wrong, okay? I have not been wrong since 2017. Maybe some of the minutia I get wrong. But as far as the big ticket issues here, and that's because I've had some inside information, and I continue to get a little bit of that now and then. And 2 weeks ago, I had the whole story. I said, someone else needs to put this out there just for my own peace of mind. Let someone else throw the details out there. So the story basically is, Neal Schon is suing Jonathan Cain. So that can't be good for a long-term relationship. There's a tour booked with Toto for next year. I don't know how you would go out there and tour with somebody who you believe is taking money from you or mismanaging the funds of the band. And of course, these are all allegations and they need to be proven. And that's why now this has gone to court, and we'll see how long this takes to resolve. I'm thinking this one's got to be heard quickly and resolved quickly before the next tour. I'm thinking too that if things don't go well, that this band really is on life support. I know that sounds a little dramatic, but you can't be out there with people that you don't trust. And is somebody going to quit the band? Is somebody going to resign from the band? Neal is going to hold this. We know Neal will hold this until the very end. Neal's not going to let go of Journey. So it's going to be a tug of war between Neal Schon and Jonathan Cain. And I'm not sure how the other guys in the band line up. I'm thinking pretty much everybody else in Journey is like, oh man, I just like being in this band. When I think of, Jason Derlotka or Dean Castronovo, those guys are probably like, I'm just happy to be here. Arnel Pineda, yeah, this has been a dream gig. And I'm sure he's the last guy that wants to get in the middle or to get involved with any kind of back and forth between Neal and John. But here we are. And I don't know. It would be cool if people got along, but apparently they don't get along, because if you get along, you can work this stuff out as friends. You can say, okay, yeah, I should have disclosed this to you, or, you should have full access to this. But this is a legal battle, and these aren't two guys that are just so happy to work together. Obviously, that hasn't been the case since 2017, and maybe even prior to that. So that's my video on the topic. Again, you can go back and watch that video I did a couple of weeks ago, where I wasn't really saying anything, but I was saying, yes, there is another huge scandal brewing within Journey. Killer Kings right here, Burn for Love. This is what it's really all about, people. Like music, you know, listening to good music, and that's what we should be doing. There aren't going to be any lawsuits here with the Killer Kings. Produced by the amazing Alessandro Del Vecchio. Great keyboard player, great singer, great songwriter. I don't know how he writes so many songs, but he wrote a bunch on this. And some of his best songwriting ever right here. Burn for Love, Killer Kings. All right, I am done with this video. I'll be back, though. Hang out, hang in there. Hold on to your American Express cards.